Alrighty. This is just a for what purposes and for everyone who wants to join in for the one round that is left. I have been grinding for close to 24 hours now. Um and I'm close to finishing hopefully legend. If I'm able to get 7 wins, we should be legend. Um so yeah, feel free to join in, say hi. Will be a no cam stream and the same song on repeat. Hello, hello, Hito. Welcome, welcome. Let's hope we're not losing here. I don't know if we can unluckily get crit here in the second round. The timings is like 777, so it's exactly in the same spot. We crit though. Not good, and he did not crit. But if he crit there, I think my second swing may not go through then. So it was a small risk there. I'm also coughing a little bit. Hello, Celix. Welcome, welcome. So let's hope for a ignition core. Yes, there he is. Looks like we are in a good position here to comfortably get our 7 wins in. I mean, I'm not conceding. I'm just like try to go for the 10, but 10 wins is not guaranteed in this meta. So I start always gold skill. This was my gold skill. Then I take every random skill I can get, like in the hopes to high roll. I think we're kind of fine out here. I think this is too expensive. It's not justified. Rocket launchers anyway only there for a couple days. I'll buy a drill. We will see how I will use it, if I will use it. Drill is more like a late game item, situational, but for that reason it's nice to have it around. How's Dually been feeling after the patch? Still bad or just praying for ignition? I mean, it's hard, like, so complaining is like a little bit, I'm like winning quite a bit, so there's that. But it's primarily because I have thankful opponents. If I would face like stronger opponents, which is possible, like if people would play the Vanessa and the Pygmalion and the Mag to the fullest capabilities, like what the class has to offer, I think Dooley is still in a bad spot because I can't beat certain builds. Like I straight up I cannot do that. But if I don't face too many of those certain builds, I think we are in a good position. A drill activation. I mean, yeah, you're not beating Ephemer, you're not beating Caltrops. Um, there are like certain builds that you're straight up not beating, but um, like this meta is like it's high roll, it's coin flippy. So what you do is you try to high roll harder. So you take like tempo options as hard as possible and high roll option as hard as possible. because that is how you like maybe get your 10 wins in. You're not taking like you're still taking consistent lines, but trying to be a lot more high rolly in those lines. Hello, hello, Blisson, welcome, welcome. But like I'm like at least like rather happy that we are having, you think about this, that we're having like Rick nerfed. I mean, that is like such a huge relief for me, honestly. I was so unhappy that Rick was like still unchanged. I already lost a game on Dooley, by which I mean one PvP fight in 3 runs. The hotfix was crazy good and crazy fast. Yeah, what I don't understand though is why it had to come, you know, a day after, right? I mean, it was like clear that Rick needs and Rust needs a change, right? Like it was clear for all I care months. So you know, that could have happened like with the patch, and then I would have been like probably happy and streaming. Instead, I was like molding and still be frustrated about the balancing and therefore not streaming. Like one of the reasons I was like not streaming was because I felt like I would be in a destructive and you know unhappy mood, and then I would not give you like a good stream. So yeah. Hello, Artos, welcome, welcome. Hello, Vangalov. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Martinez. Welcome. I mean, it will be a short stream. I just wanted, Ooh, is it start of combat? I have never had that combo. So is Ignition Core the consistent? Yeah. For me, I have been playing 90% or whatever Ignition Core since season 2, and I've been feeling it's the most consistent core. I mean, I played a few pick games, but they were too slow, and I've been jamming Ignition Core, and I mean, it's hard to get like 10 wins always, but that's probably true for every dually build. But at least you're having like a very consistent mid game line. And I think the drill is still playable, but you need to set it up. So what that means is like you're just buying it, and then sometimes if you have like a really, really good setup, you still use it. But you're not running the drill, on day 3 or 4 or 5. I think then it's just too slow and clunky. But it's fine sometimes for day 1 if you don't have anything else, and it's definitely fine sometimes past day, let's say 10, when you have the full setup. I'm just setting up the board for the PvP fight. Mm, I would take hotspot. I have though not seen it as often this patch. I had more often though the, what was it called? The tool one, right? That one I have had a couple times. So yeah. What does Penguin do? Penguin is a 2-second tech item that is charging my core. It's like a Uzi. What's the best hero? I mean, it has still to be Pygmalion. He's like, it takes forever to make a run, right? Like to finish a run on Pygmalion. Um, but like strong, it's Pygmalion. I think he has like a very big build variety, and he's super strong. Vanessa though is also quite strong because she has access to holsters and keg and the Clamera stuff. So I think she's also fine. I think Pygmalion and she are fighting basically for rank 1, and then the rest is just the rest, kind of, unfortunately. So we could consider this if we want to set up drill for the future, or we go with like Tempo King burn and go for it. What would a drill board look like for, I mean, we don't have that many items that are actually activators at the moment, right? Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just enjoy our life. By doing this. And then we're putting 6 burn on the core. That sounds reasonable. Mac also feels fine. I mean, I don't know. Like, honestly, from a dually perspective, and not playing Mac, like I have played a little bit Pygmalion and then only dually. I feel like Mac is the character I fear the absolute least. Yes, sometimes, very sometimes, sure, there is crazy stuff happening, but in nearly all cases, I'm like, I see a Mac and I'm like, oh man, I'm so happy. It's a Mac, right? There is no shenanigans happening on Mac in comparison to the other heroes. Like they have to play honest, and they are slow, and often enough Tempo King dually wins. Yeah. You will go insane with me for a little bit. Oh, you can't hear the music actually, right? Like it's too quiet. I see you're not seeing it. Like I I have the same song for like probably like 2 hours now on repeat, and I'm fully in the zone. I came back yesterday after my therapy session that I have always on Thursday, and I've not doing anything else since then. And I have been playing last night when the patch came live as well, obviously. Close to 24 hours. That I have been non-stop playing. So yeah, I think I will be streaming the next days. Probably not tomorrow, but on Sunday and the days after. Like my tilt is over, where we're like a little bit grieving and unhappy with the game and stuff. Now life is good. Dewey is definitely viable in my opinion. How are you beating board day 2 as dually consistently? So basically, it's not like 100% consistent, but what you do is obviously you play skills start, you play the hardest tempo line, and you try to get your hands onto enough burn or weapon damage to raise them, right? And then you have a either pulse rifle or rocket launcher, and you hope you're getting away. So this is how I beat a warrior, at least. I don't like the ideas about. I think we're getting there, right? I don't like the ideas of teching too much, like going around buying viruses or like people like we're discussing if you don't have a good gold skill start, like get a crit skill, go for the what was it called? Railgun. And like you do you, right? But I think you're like running into a railgun situation that you maybe do not want to be in for the mid game and late game, but now you have heavily invested into that and struggle now to get out of it. So I don't know. For me personally speaking, I prefer not picking up railguns. Rolling here a little bit harder. Probably not smart, but I think we are anyway already at technically the goal that we had to aim for. We wanted to get 7 wins, I think. I mean, we're still trying to get further. Don't mind me here. But I think if we're about to lose here, we would be legend now. Let's hope there is no one that is actually right now catching up. I think, like, by the way, heal and then shield are both the best enchanted for enchantment targets for like ignition core. Um, Sometimes the one and sometimes the other is better. It's not like always clear. Um, but one of those two is like the enchants I prefer by a big margin. Thoughts on Power Center. Ooh, that's a neat skin. That's from the shop, I think. but was not in my shop yet. Thoughts on Power Center. I mean, it's now at 5 seconds. I think I ran it when I transformed the golden chocolate on day 2, 3-ish, like 3 or 4, for a couple days. I think that's okay, but it's not an item that is probably something I would buy, nor is it something I would run past mid game. What's your thoughts on the hotfix? I mean, there is still like issues, right? Um, so I mean, Rigged is still like a little bit powerful, and Femur is still like killing the poor Dualies, and I mean there are still like a little bit, issues that Dooley has, but it feels a lot better, right? Like I feel comfy. I do think um in total I'm happy about the changes. I do think it works. So I think it's a good hot fix. Yeah. Also the Hogwash is at least not as crazy anymore. So, I'm also happy about that. I think it was a little bit of a blurb. Let's ignore that. That was crazy. And that battery could also like get like an upgrade here. The game is also like, sometimes this laggy in before fights, right? Like it's always a little bit late starting. I think we're getting over the line, even though he has like, yeah. So we have like 3 shots, right? Or something to get the last win in. Hmm. Shiny laser pistol. I mean, that's basically an Uzi, isn't it? Sure. Welcome to the party, sir. Ah, I really don't like Dualtron. It's like a railgun in a different variation for me. And I hate railguns. I think they're so straightforward. mean, technically, I need to restart the game here, and then everything is better. But I I don't want to do this on the last, like, very few games here. I will restart after hitting legend, so then I can check the ruck number after that and see if someone was faster or not. Do we want to upgrade? I think we want to upgrade my coolant here. Just annoy a little bit opponents. See if we're getting over the line. I mean, Mac is the one I'm not fearing the least, right? On the other hand, I mean, we're just like average strong here. Best that we're having for us is a shielded core. I don't know. There's a bonk. Alrighty. The game fully crashed. So we will see if we won it or not. If we would have won, then we are not getting our thing. So let's hope we're losing. Yes, we lost. Perfect. Hello, Tabeers. Yes, Tabeers, Wild Snazer appeared for a short period. So we lost there. Pretty happy. Volker's Enforcer is kind of free these days. I think like he was like a little bit strong, but I would say he was not like stronger than Lich, so he was beatable. But you need to be careful. I don't like necessarily the nerf on Volker's Enforcer actually. I think it was a high skilled boss. I think on the other hand, the Yeti is at least for Dooley's like the arch enemy. A little bit crit. I think it's better than Frozen Shot. Skill or relax? I want to go with the skill. I know relax would have been probably at least as correct. I mean, relax would have been more correct, not gonna lie. See. Thoughts on Vanessa's turtle? Man, looks like kind of strong, doesn't it? Like it's looking like a little bit too strong. Like pre-nerfed railgun, a little bit too strong. So I hope there is a little bit adjustment coming in. But I think it's also okay-ish. If I had taken relax here, then I would have I wouldn't say guaranteed, but very probably gotten over the line here. So, well, that's on me, isn't it? Hmm. Never found an upgrade, and the enchantment on the metronome seals the deal there. However, never playing that one. Did you grind the whole way to Legend with Julie? I mean, I played 2, 3 games on Pygmalion at some point over the course in the last 2 days. And then realizing that while I was kind of winning on Pygmalion, my games took forever and I didn't enjoy it. So I instead accepted my fate that I may have to lose a few more, rounds in total. But then on the other hand, I will be able to play a little bit faster and dually. So yeah, I played more or less the whole grind dually. What's the win rate? That's a good question. I mean, with very few exceptions, I think all the runs were 7 winners. Um, and if I had to guess, like maybe 50% are 10 wins and 50% are between 7 and 10. Um, if I have to make an educated guess here. How impactful is the drill change? I mean, it is impactful on how you play dually. It's not that impactful on the win rate, and you still like can play the drill. It's just like needs a little bit more setup and love. Well, looks like a little bit of a problem here. Getting over the line. He has no defenses. Nice. So I think the last 4, 5, 6 runs were all 10 winners. So the last push was kinda smooth, though it was not like, you know, all perfect runs. A few, yes, but often like on the last live. I've also though been playing like really fast and like not made the most thorough game analysis. So there we are. Like for like playing Tempo King fast, I think Dooley is still the correct hero or like one of the better heroes. Like I think Pygmalion, while being stronger, he's like just like he takes forever, right? So I wanted to restart and look at the rock and see if there's like, you know. And like honestly, I slept like the night before last night, like the patch night, right? Like European time, I went to sleep in the late evening, like morning, whatever. And then I went to my therapy yesterday. So I could have been probably 8 hours faster or something, or maybe 10. But yeah, you know, I didn't stretch it. And then when I last night, um, when I like I don't know, 10 hours ago, whatever. When I saw that I was actually the first in diamond, um, I was like, well, then I can also like push myself for the night. So that is what I have done. So This has to be the legend one, right? And this is the diamond one. When I realized I was actually ahead of the curve for some reason, even though I went to sleep and my appointments yesterday. Um, and then I was like, oh well, if I'm that far, like not far ahead, I didn't know, but like if I was ahead, I might want to push for the night. So here we are. Think on this is when I went to sleep. I was like behind. I was only third, but yeah, I mean, I didn't have to learn on Pygmalion and slowly play Pygmalion. I think most people like looked at the Pygmalion expansion and the changes on Pygmalion, which means like you play Pygmalion, which takes forever, and you have to figure like at least for a little bit out what to do. Whereas Dooley was, I think, more or less, as far as I'm concerned, unchanged for how I play Dooley. So there was like not much thinking happening. And thank you, Raycos, so much for the Prime. Thank you so much for your support. Um, yeah, thank you so much. Righty. I mean, Dooley is so after the hotfix, I think Dooley is fine. I think the most overpowered stuff was tuned down. That was like um the Hogwash stuff, for example. Um, so for that reason, we um we have it a little bit easier on Dooley. Um, and I think Beast also got a significantly nudge. I think also deserved. Um, so I don't know. Less polarizing matchups that you cannot win on Dooley, and then it is fine. I think the wait. I think the is good. Speedrunners avoiding nerfs. I mean, I don't think that Dooley gets a nerf. Like let's be honest, guys. I don't think that Dooley gets a nerf, and pre like drill nerf, I don't think Dooley was better than the Hogwash stuff that Pygmalion had on the bees. So I don't think there was like any nerfs that I avoided. I did play Dooley, not Pygmalion. I mean, played 3 games on Pygmalion, I think. Yeah, there's that. Also, that is a fun fact that I have only learned a couple days ago, and I have never shared on stream. You can actually click on your title, and then you get um on your ranks. You don't have to go over the subscription. You can just go there. So don't we get like shown our numbers, or is the count on the numbers only starting when you hit legend? Last time I think I started around 103 or whatever. So let's I mean, I really should go to sleep. I can look at the stuff tomorrow, how the rating works, or like tonight. Um Yeah, no one told me that I can click here when I was like streaming. And I actually figured only out because I was like clicking all the stuff on the staging server to see what is new, if there's anything new. I'm just like clicking stuff on the staging server to figure out if there's any hidden stuff new to the game. And while I was like clicking there to see if we get titles or something in the near future. Spoiler, there was nothing. I figured just like I learned that you can do this actually. And this is like has been already in the normal branch. It was also last patch available, the button. You could, I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know. I was always going on under subscription and then career, so I always went like a little bit, turn around. I mean, I'm not like really sick, but like I'm coughing like half the year at least, and I'm coughing a little bit more when I don't sleep for a night. So yeah. Anyway, that's already it for today. I will go to sleep. I wish you all a good one. Let me check who's there to rate. Uh, where have I been? Oh, now I have like okay. Let's make a vampire raid ready, and yeah. I wish you all the best, guys. Hopefully see you around. I think Sunday is the latest I will stream. Maybe I will stream also later in the evening or tomorrow, but I have also a few plans for this evening and tomorrow, like real life plans. But other than that, I think this patch looks sparks a lot more joy than the last patch for me. So I'm gonna be back, and also with Cam, it was just like a very spontaneous, very short pop up stream. Um, so thank you guys for all for joining in. I really am thankful that you all said hi and came over. Um, I hope you're having a great time. I hope you enjoy the new patch and the hotfix. And hopefully see you around the next time. All the best and much love.